on the Thunderbolts, John Walker, U.S. agent. He's played by Wyatt Russell, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I hated when the whole time he had that Captain America uniform on. I didn't like him.
Right.
I did not like him.
Right.
That whole time, and like from the first moment I saw, I wanted to punch the screen. I just like.
I know.
I'm like, dude.
I felt the same way.
I'm like, dude, just take that uniform off. You don't deserve it. Get it out. Get it off. Because I mean, that Captain America. They did a real good job of crafting Captain America for the screen. They did a real good job.
Right. Yeah.
So he did not fit that whatsoever. Not a single.
But you know what? That actually goes with the comic, because when he became Captain America in the comic, you know, he was hated because he didn't do the Captain America things.
Right. And the fact that they just put somebody else in the uniform was like, I'm like, that's stupid. You don't just put somebody else in it. I don't care who. I don't care how good of a soldier he is. You just don't. You can't replace Steve Rogers. And the only person that's qualified to pick the next Captain America is Steve Rogers. If Steve Rogers picked Falcon, then that's who you need to go with. Period. And I know that's how the storyline has to go, but that's how I felt as
and I think that was the whole point of putting dude in the outfit, was to make you not like him.
Right.
I mean, that was the whole point. And it worked.
And then it showed Falcon that he needed to take more charge. He needed to become what Steve Rogers wanted him to become. We needed a Captain America, and Steve Rogers chose him. He didn't think he was worthy enough, but he was like, look, ain't no telling who you all gonna put in this suit. I'm gonna take on the role because this guy ain't it.
Right. But this is go back to that black thing that I was talking about earlier about the black heroes. Falcon had that thing that most black people have when they get into power or get into how am I going to be perceived by white people? He had that going on, and that voice buzzing in the back of his head, and that's one of the things that talks us out of success a lot of times, because we don't need to be thinking about that. We just need to be thinking about doing the job, because it doesn't matter how other people perceive us. We know if we know what we're doing, we're going to kick ass. Then we're going to represent ourselves well, regardless.
I think he had the sidekick syndrome. He's so used to being a sidekick. He's so used to being a sidekick.
It was. But when you go through that series, they talked about that. They talked about black people. They talked about that.
Well, that's how they brought in Isaiah Bradley, the black Captain America.
The black Captain, right?
You know,
right.
I thought the way they did. You know, people were saying that they didn't really care for the Captain America series. I thought it was on point.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It just wasn't up there like when you coming off the heels of WandaVision and all that. It just wasn't. It just didn't lead up to that. But
I mean, it's a different type. It was a different type
feel.
Yeah.
This is
more that series has some realness to it.
Right.
Because you think about it, Sam went to the bank to try and get a loan for the business. Here's an Avenger.
Yeah.
Rubbed elbows with everybody.
Yep.
Bank still couldn't give him a loan.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
They wouldn't give him a loan.
Right.
So you had all that in there,
and it still wasn't enough.
He had. I think
still wasn't enough.
Sam, I think he was trying to get away from all that.
Right.
Because it was enough excitement for him. Mm-hmm. He wanted to get away from that and just really dip his toe in it when he could.
Right.
And then I think the sidekick syndrome came into play.
Right.
And he finally realized that he had to step up and do even his resistance to taking the Captain America formula.
Mm-hmm.
His resistance to taking that. Yeah. I mean, dude, come on, you would get pummeled.
Yeah.
All that had to do with just him not feeling like he was worthy.
I'm gonna be honest. If you give me some Captain America formula right now, I'll take it right now.
I mean, give me some of that Black Panther plant juice or whatever. I'll take it right now.
I think his movies is going to be good, because I'm sure they're going to incorporate the new Falcon, Torres.
Yeah.
So, because he already got the wings, he was working on them in the show. Mm-hmm. So, that's going to be good for him because he's going to get him out the sidekick syndrome. Give him a sidekick,
right?
You know, help protect him, help him do right.
That'd be
good. That's going to be really good.
Yeah, that'd be real good. And of course, but I want to say, you know, as much as I hated John Walker being Captain America, when he put on that U.S. agent outfit at the end, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
I cheered.
Yeah,
I said, okay, that's who you are.
That's who you need to be, right.
And I understand why. Don't get me wrong. When they first showed him be Captain America, I knew that they was going in that route.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I was oblivious to it, but it just and again it goes to the story writing. They make you hate this thing so you'll love this other thing more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they did a good job of that. Now then you have Olga Kurylenko who's playing Taskmaster. Now we talked about race switch. Now we did a gender switch on this one right here. So now we got the female Taskmaster, which and she made her debut in Black Widow.
Black Widow.
And I think she did that was a damn good. They should have showed more of it though. I didn't get enough of it.
Yeah, I think they dropped the ball. That movie could have been much better but I could see what they were doing. They had to defeat her, and she's gonna come back, you know, in the Thunderbolts, and they're gonna have to reprogram her and all this kind of stuff, or break her down, because the last we saw of her, that God didn't he have control over her?
Right.
Right. So,
but they broke that control at the end of the movie, though.
At the end of the movie, right? So, I want to see. I know she mimicked, you know, the fighting style,
right?
And that was the power in the comic. Also, Taskmaster mimics whomever he's fighting. He picks up those skills, you know, to you know, those combat skills,
right?
So
that's fight pattern and all that,
right?
But that's another thing about that. Captain America has that same ability as well. Captain America has that same ability as well. And
I think he's just I think Captain America is just a good fighter, and his never give up. So, you know, and he's probably trained in so many, you know, combat situations.
Well, he's trained because he picks it up quick. When that serum doesn't just enhance him physically, it also enhances him mentally. Made him smarter, think quicker. He has a more strategic mind. He picks up patterns quicker, and he picks up just like fight patterns and everything. He's able to switch. And he was able to learn martial arts, because if you look at the first movie, and the way he fought in the first movie to then he fought totally different in the second one. And which one was it? At Black Widow, Civil War. In Civil War, he did more up to date martial arts in that one and everything. So he's able to pick up, you know, fighting patterns and everything quick and everything, and learn fighting styles in a very short time. You know, now I'm not saying he's just as good. I don't know if he's just as good as Taskmaster. Did him and Taskmaster fight in the comic book?
Yeah, in the Avengers.
Okay.
Taskmaster's first appearance was the Avengers.
Okay.
And he fought the whole Avengers. And
that's definitely a task there. So
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see the Thunderbolt series and see how that's going to come out. That's going to be something real exciting. Also,
I hope they incorporate, and I know you're going to be bringing this up, but the Red Hulk was part of the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah. He was the one that I think in the comics, you know, formed the team because they were going after the Incredible Hulk.
So They were talking about Harrison Ford playing Thunderbolt Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is good. I don't think there's no one that hates Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford,
No.
but I mean, he is the Star Wars man. So
Hey, that's what Disney said. Oh my God, this other actors died. Who do we got on contract already? Call Harrison Ford.
Put Harrison Ford on there.
Old as he is, they better do the filming quick.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Do we think we're going to see a Red Hulk in the Thunderbolts?
Yes, and the reason why I say that is because they kept this character alive. You could write him out the movies.
Yeah.
And to want to go after an actor so we can revive this role means there's something you're about to do with this character.
You're about to do something
right.
Big. Especially
because if you already got Julia Dreyfus, you don't need him. She's already putting the team together.
Right. Well, I mean, you need her to be the organizer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
it's his project, but it's her project to put together.